Hello and welcome to another episode of the Whisky Snob Whisky Tasting Review. I know I've not been around for a few months. I've just had, I've been moving. As you can see, my whisky collection behind me is a complete mess. On top of that, I got diagnosed with cancer. I'm over it, don't worry, it's all good. I've not stopped drinking or smoking or doing all the stuff they tell you to stop, which obviously worked because I'm still here. And to celebrate that, as well as celebrating a year of doing whisky tastings here in Dubai, I thought we'd pop open this beautiful Port Ellen 11th release 32-year-old whisky. Now, I'm not sure if you guys know much about Port Ellen. It's a distillery that's owned by Diageo, the group, but has been closed for about 32 years now, which coincidentally is the age of this whisky here. And every year, for the past 12 years, they've been doing annual releases where they release older and older and older spirits for people to enjoy. Now, when I purchased this probably about a year ago, maybe a bit longer than that, I paid around €1,000, which is about $1,500. And today they're worth almost double that. So I didn't buy it for the investment, obviously. I bought it to drink it because what's the point otherwise? Because I couldn't get more than one bottle, to be honest. At the time, I could only find a single bottle. So my philosophy is, if you can only find one, you open it and you drink it. And now's the time to drink it. So today, with you guys, I'm going to share this very special moment. I'm going to open it and we're going to have this amongst ourselves. Obviously, only I'm the other motherfucker who's going to be drinking it and enjoying it. You'll get to hear my tasting notes. And then this evening, for at the 1 year anniversary event, I'm going to be sharing this with about 25 other guests. So lucky them. Let's get this little bad boy open, which I can't seem to do. We'll get there. While I try and play with this, I've also been busy with a few other things. If you guys enjoy whiskies, I know some of you might enjoy some cigars. If you started a new business called The Stash, you can check it out online. It's www.tailoredstash.com. It's a new cigar subscription service which initially has been launched in the Middle East, and as of next month, or in November 2015, will be live in America, and then next year it will be coming to the UK and so on and so on. So keep an eye out for that. There's going to be lots of events and launch events and press coverage and stuff that's going to be happening for that. So please go ahead and log on. If you can go and like the page on Facebook, that would also be really great help for your support. Here you go. And yeah, so stay tuned. I'll tell you guys more about that as it develops. Right, the time has come. We're going to open the bottle. I love that sound. Absolutely love that sound. Oh, it's been a while. Okay, so 32 years old. Let's get this closer to the camera for you. 32 years old, 53.9%. So it's not going to be. It's not going to be soft. It's not going to be light. Well, it might be actually. It's not, but it's not going to. I can't hold any punches back. That's for sure. Look at that colour, beautiful gold. Excellent. So, even though I haven't, even though I have been drinking a lot of whiskey over the past few months, I haven't really had the chance to try anything new. Just the usual suspects, really. And so it's always a pleasure when you've had your eye on something for quite some time, and you know, especially when you've been keeping something for a year and you think you've been waiting for the right time to open it, and when you finally do, It's like Christmas. So here we are, Port Ellen, 11th release, 32-year-olds. Here we go. I feel like I should be letting it breathe for a few minutes. Like, give it just a moment just to like say hi. That nose is rather interesting, actually. Obviously, a little bit of peat, vanilla, some citrus, some interesting citrus, and some lemon as well. It's quite ethanol to it as well. At the beginning, I just think it just needs a little chance to breathe. There's a hint of some spices in there as well on the nose. I noticed it's quite interesting, actually. There's a lot of rich sweetness, but it's quite fresh as well, and all that married with the smokiness of the peat, it's actually works really, really well. I can smell elderflower. And ripe, like sultanas, the small, green, deliciously sweet grapes. But then I also smell fresh apples, like freshly cut green apples. But the elderflower is quite prominent. All right, let's see. Now that we've enjoyed, to be honest, I could sit here with my nose in this thing for about an hour. And I've poured myself a healthy dram as well. So we're going to definitely enjoy this. Interesting. On first taste, some char, some peat, but there's a rich fruitiness to it. It's actually quite sweet. Oh, wow. It's not very often I get left speechless from a whiskey. That sweetness is like dried mangoes, candied. There's some candied ginger in there as well, for sure, 100%. It's got a little spice, not like hot spiciness, but it's got a little zing. It's got some pepper in there. Interesting. I need to smell it again. Though. It's fantastic. I'm really digging this. Actually, I'm really digging this. So now that I've had a sip as well, there's so much more coming out on the on the nose. There's a little bit of that pepper coming through as well. A little bit of, I can't place one. A little bit of cardamom. That's really interesting. That spiciness is there. it just attacks the tip of your tongue a little bit too much, but the balance, the complexity, the interestingness of this whiskey is phenomenal. Honey, for sure, vanilla, that candied ginger, that sweet and spice, citrus spice, that rich sweetness from mangoes. Oh my god, it's so evident, and even more so on the finish. It just actually, on the finish, it just continues to accentuate and get more progressive, and the smokiness just holds it all together and is consistent all the way through. That peat smoke and a little bit of ash, like cigar ash, just carries through the whole way. You might remember I was just saying that there is a bit of char at the beginning. It actually turns and develops into more of an ash, but it's not. It's a little bit surprising when you first taste it because you don't expect it, but you do actually enjoy it as you go through the dram. I don't know where you're going to find this, to be honest. If you're willing to spend the money, by all means, go and find it. Go and find the newer releases, obviously, or some older ones. If you find some of the earlier releases, you might find them for a little bit cheaper. Obviously, they're a bit younger, but phenomenal whiskey. I really, really can't wait to share this with my guests this evening, and I'm really honoured to have shared these tasting notes with you guys. As always, thank you for your support. Please remember to subscribe to the videos. If you've got any suggestions, by all means, send me a message or leave some comments. I'll write back to you guys. And if you guys can spot any bottles behind me on the shelves that you'd like me to open and taste, by all means. It is a huge mess at the moment. I've lost, in the move, I lost a couple of shelves, a couple of shelf spaces. So once I get that sorted out, it will look more presentable and you guys can see what's going on. And yeah, by all means, if there's something you want me to do tasting notes for, I'd be more than happy to. Once again, thank you. From me, Tolga, the Whiskey Snob, cheers.